What's up, guys? Welcome back from New York City. You're watching the WCS America Round of 8, of course, to find out who's going to advance to the next round. Who's going to get that ticket to Korea, take home $7,000, and of course get those oh-so-important WCS points. These two players are ready. They're currently tied 1-1. It's Snute versus Revival. Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses. Game 3 is about to begin.
Game 3 is going to be on Akalon Waste. You know, one thing we saw last game is Snute seemed so calm and poised. And he was saying he was very confident about this match earlier. And he actually...
Did he?
He did.
Did you have secret conversations with the guy?
I had, I mean, it wasn't very secret. It was kind of in the room. But yeah, he said he was confident, and he actually vetoed Whirlwind for the series. And he said, it's not that like, stylistically, I think it's bad for me. I think it's just that it's a 4-spawn map, so you can sometimes get unlucky with scouting them late, and early pools can catch you off guard. And he just says, I don't want that little bit of extra random factor of the 4-spawn map in a matchup I feel very confident in.
All right, we'll see what happens in this game number 3 on Akalon Wastes. In the bottom right-hand location, I present your Red Zerg player hailing from Norway. And representing Team Liquid, he is Snute. And his opponent in the top left-hand location, the Blue Zerg player representing Team Evil Geniuses. Hailing from Korea, he is Revival.
So far, Revival has really been favoring that hatchery first opening. Snute, in general, playing a little bit more conservatively, getting to pool first, then the hatchery. Let's see if this trend continues. It looks like it does. Snute is going to get that pool at 15. Revival, though, going pool first this game as well. There's not an insane difference in the pool hatch build. Oh! As I was saying that, so if you go pool then hatch, like Snute has been doing the last couple games, it's very similar to a hatchery then pool build. But what Revival's doing, getting the spawning pool then the extractor, is actually significantly different than Snute's build. Of course, his hatchery is going to be not too much later than Snute's, but he's going to have a lot less minerals to play with because one less drone for this entire time because it's both the extractor, of course, then you see that in the food count. And then all the drones he has mining gas means less minerals, so it's going to be less queens and drones right off the bat, but he will have substantially faster Zerging speed, or he could even do some other type of crazy build. But basically, he'll have much faster tech, but a little bit behind in economy or queen production.
So the interesting thing about a best of 5 is that you can kind of, you know, weigh what your opponent has been doing in the initial 2 games and kind of react to that. Now, what Snute did in the first 2 games was completely skip speed on his Zerglings and go straight to a layer at pretty much as fast as possible. Now, do you think Revival is going to try to construct a build to take advantage of the fact that that has been what Snute has been doing?
He very well might. He could do one of those builds where he hides a bunch of Zerglings and does this massive speeding all-in. Snute really hasn't been getting to Baneling Nest very early, just using the queens to defend a choke point. And if you have enough speedlings, you can overwhelm your opponent. In fact, Revival, 2 more speedlings, 2 more Zerglings, excuse me, being built. No speed yet. Only a single queen. I think he's doing that build where, yeah, he's building more and more Zerglings. He's definitely going to want to hide these Zerglings. If Snute sees them, the gig's up and the build doesn't work.
Snute has to identify that this is happening. 100 gaseous finish from Snute. Let's see if he gets a layer. No! This game he's going speed, so Snute is changing things up a bit. Revival in a situation where he perhaps thinks that Snute is going to go for the fast layer again. Snute saying, no thanks, man. I'm not doing it. I did that in the first 2 games. Not this game. Getting the speed, and Revival's about to find this out.
You know, this could be a reaction, basically, to the fact that Revival didn't go hatchery first this game. And Snute could be like, oh, if he's not going hatchery first, there's a potential for this faster speeding, basically mass speeding, semi-all-in type of play. If Snute can get 2 queens on the ramp, he'll be in good shape to defend. It's no Baneling Nest from Snute quite yet, though, so it's going to be a little tricky.
It should come down soon, right? I mean, he has 112 gas.
It all depends on what build he is. Actually going straight for the Roach Warren is Snute.
Overlord didn't see this. Did Overlord see that?
No, he didn't. And the queens aren't going to be on the ramp. If your queens are on the ramp, they can buy so much time to defend this, but without that ramp being blocked, Revival just going to overwhelm him.
This
most
is
likely.
potentially disastrous here for Snute. Now it's crisis management mode, making nothing but Lings in that production tab, trying to keep those drones alive, but the Lings sprinting right into his opponent's main base. The Queen is going to die. The one Queen in the natural expansion staying in between a couple minerals, trying to minimize that splash damage or that the surface area from the Lings. But Snute trying to get more and more Lings out, trying to desperately hold, even pulling his drones to attack as well. But so many more Lings coming in here from Revival.
Revival just overwhelming Snute here. Snute cancels the Roach Warren. Very smart heads-up move, knowing he needs all those minerals to help deal with this attack.
GG, wow.
Not going to be enough, though.
You know, at first I thought he kind of knew it was coming because, again, he completely changed. He didn't go for the layer. He went for the faster speed, and then he ended up, you know, continuing to mine gas. But he didn't have an overload outside of his opponent's natural expansion. He didn't spot the Lings that are being stockpiled from Revival, and Revival, with a brilliant move, playing to his opponent, and then hiding those Lings and able to make it work.
That's such a big point about the overlord not being in front of the base. I mean, no matter what, if you don't have the Billy Nest in place, that's a very difficult rush to hold off. But if you have the two Queens on the ramp, you can evacuate the drones from a natural, and at least you have a much greater chance of being able to survive that. As is, he had absolutely no chance. Revival speed just overwhelmed his defenses, and Revival going up now, 2-1.
Revival up 2-1, guys. We might have the last game of this match coming up next. It's going to be Game 4 between Revival and Snute, where Revival is one win away from advancing to the next round and getting a trip to Korea to participate in the Global Season Finals. Guys, stay tuned. More WCS America coming up.